La la la, hey, hey, yeah, yeah.
The program, it is not like many other programs. It's not just for one kind of people. It's for like everybody who needs it. And a lot of programs are just for like kids who don't know how to read or kids who don't know how to write or those things. Or adults who don't have jobs. But this program can be for everybody.
I love the honesty of kids.
Wow.
Kids are so honest. I
They
love
really
kids.
are. And if you're intrigued by what she was talking about and you want to know, we're actually going to be talking about that right now with Terry Orlick. He is a professor in sport and performance psychology and quality living at the School of Human Kinetics at the University of Ottawa. And we're really talking, Terry, about living up to our potential and living happy, balanced lives. That's what everyone wants, but it's not that easy to achieve. How do you do that?
Well, this program that I've developed called Positive Living Skills Program, it's kind of the missing link in our education.
Right.
So, you know, we teach people how to read and do math and all of these other academic things, but there's no teaching about how to be a happier, more fulfilled human being. And there's no teaching about how to improve your focus, the connectedness of your focus so that you can learn more easily. Or there's no teaching about how to embrace the simple joys of your life, to live a balanced, happy life where you're contributing to other people. We just kind of leave it to chance, and chance is not working that well.
I was going to say that, Terry, because I think, people just assume, well, I'm happy, I'm sad, things just affect me. So are you saying then people can actually teach themselves how to get into that frame of mind of being happy and joyful and appreciative all the time?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What's the starting point?
Well, the starting point is some of this material that's presented in this Positive Living Skills book. So there's a whole series of things that you can do. One simple thing to start focusing more on the positives in your life would be simply what I call treasure hunting for highlights.
Right.
You look and see how many highlights can you find today. And it could be in many different areas. It could be in physical activity, it could be human interaction, it could be learning, it could be nature. There's a whole series of areas where you can embrace simple things.
Right.
And then if you're thinking and sharing those simple joys with other people at the end of the day, you're feeling pretty good. But what most people tend to do is, a few bad things happen and then they're just focusing on the negative, and I don't like this and I don't like that. So, and looking for your own qualities, sharing your own qualities, just learning how to focus on the positives. And I'm doing that, and I have a quality of living class that I teach at the University of Ottawa. The students love that class. It's a fourth-year class because it's the only class they've ever had in their life that focuses on reducing stress, living with more balance, being more connected with people or relationships or whatever you're doing, different activities you're doing, and they just blossom with that course, and so do these young kids. We're starting this program in first grade, or even earlier.
Right.
And I have a series of audio CDs also that help people learn to deal with stress, learn to relax, learn to change channels like you do with a TV clicker. If you're on a negative channel or you're going down a negative channel or dwelling on something that you don't control anyway, well, you can just
Terry, should this
pick
be
channels.
a team effort, a family thing to do? Because I can imagine if one person's sort of branching out and going in that direction and everybody else is sort of living that same old stale lifestyle, it can really defeat the purpose for the person.
Like one simple thing to start with as a family is when you eat at some meal, when you sit down together and eat, if you ever do, you just share highlights. What were your highlights today? Well, I was here, I met you guys and I'm doing this program, that's a highlight. Or my daughter's here, so that's a highlight. And there's so many highlights. You can find hundreds of highlights. You walk out the door, the sun's out, the breeze is out, the leaves are starting to change. Whatever it is, you just become more aware of those and you become a more joyful a connected person.
How does that translate then into really, maybe even some people would call them achievements, but in the real world, and when you're faced with all these different tasks, how does it become a goal that has been achieved or been check marked or something that you've done?
Well, I also work with high performance people, many Olympic athletes and surgeons and astronauts and all kinds of high performance people. And they're great at focusing. They learn to focus like you people do in your job. If you're going to ask a question, you have to focus on what the person you're interviewing is saying to kind of come in with something that's relevant and interesting. So part of it is just developing your capacity to focus and to extend the duration of focus. I mean, can you focus for 30 seconds, a minute? How long can you stay focused?
Right.
Or in a performance situation, if you're not focused, you're not going to perform well. You have to be connected. But the other thing is recovery. Like if you're if you have a highly demanding pursuit in any area, it could be sport or any profession, you do need recovery time. You need some downtime. So we're also teaching, and even kids at this age, teaching them how to relax through their breathing, relaxing their muscles, using heart rate monitors where they can actually lower their heart rates quickly. We're helping them sleep. There's a whole variety of simple skills that certain people have, but not too many, but are very easy to teach and learn.
Obviously, we can see the benefits,
Yeah.
right?
We could talk about this forever.
Exactly.
But Terry, we have run out of time. We do want to tell people that you are going to have some workshops on September 15th, and they can go to your website, which is zoneofexcellence.ca for more information. Perfect.
That'd be good.
Thanks very
Right.
much,
Well,
Terry.
thank you so much, Terry.
Okay, thank you.
Wish we could keep going
I
with
know.
our segment.
I'm going to steal this book from him.
Exactly. Cool. All right. Well,
Oh,
coming
it's
up
still there.
next, we are talking about the nutritious and the delicious with Heather Moxley. That's right after this.